may have a choice between different types of plans that can often sound like alphabet soup. HMO, PPO, HDHP, EPO. What do all these letters mean, and how do they impact what you pay and where you go for your care? Rest easy, it's not as complicated as you think. Here is a quick overview of an HMO, or Health Maintenance Organization. An HMO is a type of medical plan that typically costs less than other types of plans. HMO plans often offer fewer choices of doctors than most PPO plans. When you choose an HMO plan, you also select a specific primary care doctor who will manage all of your care. You can change to another primary care doctor if unsatisfied, but you must go to your primary care doctor first when you are sick or need non-emergency care. For example, if you have a rash on your arm, you will need to see your primary care doctor before you can see a dermatologist. When you see your doctor, you will have to make a predefined payment called a copay every time you visit a primary care doctor or any other specialist. For other tests and treatments, such as lab work or an X-ray, you need an order from your primary care doctor before getting treatment. Also, when you see a specialist or need physical therapy, you need a referral from your primary care doctor. Finally, for any advanced medical testing or procedures, including non-emergency surgery, you will need the approval of your primary care doctor, and often also approvals from the medical group your doctors are a part of. To summarize, HMOs offer lower monthly premiums than other types of plans, but may limit your flexibility to directly access specialists or some tests and treatments without first coordinating with your primary care doctor. Now let's look at PPO plans. PPO stands for Preferred Provider Organization. Here's a quick overview of PPO plans. A PPO is a type of medical plan that gives you the freedom to choose from a large pool of doctors. These doctors are sometimes called in-network doctors. PPO medical plans generally cost you more out of your paycheck than other types of plans because of the freedom to select from a larger pool of doctors. In some cases, you have greater access to medical tests and treatments than HMO plans offer. With a PPO, you don't have to choose a primary care doctor, but you do need to see the doctors listed as in-network to get the most coverage from a PPO plan. Because PPOs don't require a primary doctor, you have the option to go directly to a specialist. You will need to make a predefined payment known as a copay or coinsurance each time you visit any doctor, including a specialist. When comparing HMOs and PPOs, the simple answer is there are different types of plans for different types of people. Let's say Kelsey needs health insurance. If she selects an HMO, or Health Maintenance Organization, she may end up paying lower premium payments and have lower copays for services. With an HMO, Kelsey will choose her primary care physician with a list of participating doctors. This doctor will help manage her healthcare. Unless it's a true emergency, she will have to stay within the network list of providers, like doctors, hospitals, and specialists, to receive coverage. With a PPO, or Preferred Provider Organization, Kelsey has more choices when it comes to selecting providers, and she can go to a specialist without referral and still be covered. But she does pay more for that right. She might have higher premiums and probably will have a higher deductible, which is the amount she has to pay before her plan benefits can be utilized, making her total costs for using her PPO higher than a comparable HMO. Kelsey will also have an annual out-of-pocket maximum on both an HMO and a PPO. A PPO gives Kelsey a wider variety of healthcare options, and she doesn't have to designate a primary care physician, as she can work with a specialist or primary care doctor. To summarize, HMOs offer lower premiums and a list of participating providers you can work with. PPOs cost a little more and encourage you to stay within the network, but give you more options for doctors, hospitals, and other medical providers than an HMO. HDHP is a high-deductible health plan. HDHPs are usually PPO plans, but you can find an HMO plan that has a high deductible. Generally, most HDHP plans have lower premiums, but with higher deductibles and out-of-pocket annual maximums. Anyone with an HDHP can open an HSA when their HDHP is defined as compatible. An HSA is a health savings account, which is owned by you as the individual. With an HSA, you can deposit a defined amount of money annually on a pre-tax basis into your HSA account. The amount you or your employer deposits is your money to use. All deposits you make are treated as a federal tax deduction on your 1040 above the line. Some states also allow a deduction for deposits into an HSA. In some cases, employers can choose to make deposits into an employee's HSA, which immediately becomes the employee's money once deposited. Deposits your employer makes in your HSA are not taxable. Your money in the HSA may earn interest or dividends, and these gains are not taxed. When you use your HSA funds on qualified medical, dental, or vision expenses, you do not have to pay taxes on these funds. We like to say HSAs provide a triple tax win. For any personal tax matters, consult your tax professional as you will pay penalties and could be taxed if you withdraw HSA funds for non-medical use. An EPO is called an exclusive provider organization. Some EPO plans look like a PPO plan, but the doctor and the hospital provider network is where the plans are different. Only contracted doctors and hospitals will accept EPO plans. PPOs sometimes will cover the cost of care from medical providers who are out of network or not contracted with your plan. In the case of an EPO plan, you only have the coverage inside the EPO network. If you use non-EPO medical providers, you will need to pay cash as your